From year to year, month to month, week to week, and day to day, people across the world are obsessed with a phenomenon that is professional wrestling. But why? 101 reasons to love professional wrestling. There are many components of professional wrestling that should be both understood and celebrated, in no particular order.
Pop culture pop-ups. Pop culture is a wide scope and combination of the arts, trends, and flavors of the month. Since the beginning of television, famous people who were not actors would pop up. Iconic baseball players and other sports stars would be heralded with the same acclaim and fame as anyone else at the top of people's collective minds. This goes from Los Angeles Dodger pitcher Don Drysdale showing up on Leave It to Beaver, to the Monkees singer Davy Jones popping up on The Brady Bunch. Stevie Wonder could be seen on The Cosby Show. Muhammad Ali made an appearance on Different Strokes. Sammy Davis Jr. made history on All in the Family. Since its incarnation, hundreds of well-known celebrities have lent their voice to The Simpsons. First Lady Michelle Obama even popped up in an episode of iCarly. There are numerous examples of these type of appearances. It's fun for fans of these folks to see them on other shows. The cross-contamination of celebrity, of the arts, and of entertainment is a great way to achieve synergy between everything that is pop culture. Some doors are harder to open and definitely more rare to see occur. Professional wrestling is many things, and niche is one of them. So it's always exciting for fans when there are pop culture pop-ups. Despite the millions of fans, primetime television placement, and the amazing talent of the performers, the world of wrestling is often on the outskirts of mainstream entertainment. Some performers bring crossover appeal by coming to wrestling from other fields. Since wrestling's earliest days, other athletes have had notable careers. Other outsiders have dipped their toes in for big events or to participate in a storyline. But in rare cases, this is reversed. The Rock Dwayne Johnson is one of the biggest Hollywood stars of all time. Dave Bautista has been in some of the biggest movies of recent years. John Cena has and is making his own imprint in film as well. In the 1980s, Hulk Hogan was so popular that he starred in a handful of not so popular, but pretty memorable movies. Chris Jericho has hosted things, popped up in movies, and is a singer in a rock band. Jesse the Body Ventura got into politics and became governor of Minnesota. There are multiple examples of this kind of occurrence, but these crossovers are rarely in the form of wrestling. Seeing professional wrestling presented in other forms of media is always a rare treat for fans. It is a cycle. Sometimes wrestling is a bigger thing in the eyes of pop culture, and sometimes it's a sideshow that people snicker at. But when professional wrestling is at a peak, a professional wrestler might show up in something totally unrelated to wrestling. Sometimes the productions are treating wrestling as a novelty, but it's a novelty that brings in viewers. Arsenio Hall would bring on professional wrestlers in character and talk to them like he would a normal guest. There have been a plethora of sitcoms over the years to have an episode about professional wrestling. With this comes a few guest appearances and plenty of hijinks. Hulk Hogan would show up everywhere. Macho Man Randy Savage was the spokesperson for Slim Jim Jerky for years. The biggest honor to most television nerds would go to Bret the Hitman Hart, who actually appeared on an episode of The Simpsons. A bunch of WCW wrestlers appeared on Baywatch during that show's peak run. In the 1990s, the Attitude Era made it really easy to be an open fan of professional wrestling. A slew of wrestlers from that time would show up and participate in Fear Factor, a gross-out television show that was popular in the early 2000s. Wrestlers have also appeared on Family Feud in a few different eras. Others would go on to participate in an episode of The Weakest Link. Triple H would appear on The Drew Carey Show as Triple H. Lita was on Dark Angel. Stone Cold Steve Austin was on Nash Bridges. The Rock would even host Saturday Night Live before taking over Hollywood to help promote WrestleMania 2000. John Cena has shown up on Hannah Montana. These appearances are a lot of fun for the wrestling fan. Being a fan of professional wrestling and getting to see Vader on Boy Meets World was just all kinds of awesome. The ever so silly world of professional wrestling is definitely its own thing, so when that world spills into other things, it gives the outside world a glimpse of what it's all about. It's just a little moment where you feel like wrestling is being accepted, and it's okay to be a fan.